We are going to study the fundamentals of Python language. So Python is interpreter based language because the programs are executed by an interpreter. Another feature of Python is it can be used in two ways, interactive mode and script mode. The important features of Python language are it is easy to write code in Python language, it is free and open source and can be downloaded from www.python.org. It is an object-oriented programming language, so all the OOP concepts are implemented in Python. It is GUI programming support. It is a high-level language. All the instructions are in common English language, so it is a high-level language. It has extensible features. It is portable, that is it can be developed on any environment and that it can be used on some other environment. It is an integrated language, that is it uses many features of different languages also. It is case sensitive language, that is uppercase and lowercase alphabets are different. Now Python begins with the tokens. What are tokens? Tokens are basic building blocks of the Python statements. There are 5 types of tokens: keywords, identifiers, literals, punctuators and operators. So first type of token is keyword. Keywords are those words that are predefined in Python language and they have special meaning for the Python language. They are reserved for some special purpose, example for, while, true. These are few keywords. Next are identifiers. Identifiers are those names that are given by the user or the programmer to the different parts of the program, like variables or list. That is when you name a variable or you select a name of the list or dictionary tuple. So when you select name of your choice, it is called an identifier. But while choosing such names, you have to follow certain rules. These are, it should not be a keyword. So you have to remember the list of keywords in Python and then they cannot be used as identifiers. It consists of only alphabets, numbers and underscore. Alphabets both upper as well as lowercase, numbers 0 to 9 and underscore. Only these characters are permissible when you define an identifier. And first character should not be a number. That is, identifier can begin only with alphabet or underscore. These are list of some valid identifier. All the identifiers are following all the 3 rules of valid identifiers. These are list of invalid identifiers. So every identifier has some error or it is not following the rules of identifier. Like in first one, dollar is used, so it is a special character not allowed. Next one, it is beginning with 1, that is a numeric character. So in the rule it was said that it should not begin with a numeric character. Here also there is a hyphen cannot be used. In this one, dot cannot be used, so it is invalid. Again, identifier cannot begin with a numeric character. Now this true is a boolean value, it cannot be used as identifier. This break is a keyword, cannot be used as an identifier. Class is a keyword. This is a special symbol being used here, so it cannot be used as identifier. Next are the literals. The literals are those that are data items that have fixed or constant value. So whenever you write program, you may have to use some constant values. Such values are called literals. There are different types of literals that can be used in Python. These are string literals, boolean literals, list, dictionary, tuple, special literal null, and numeric literal. We will discuss them one by one. Now first are string literal. String means any sequence, any number of characters enclosed within single, double or triple quotes. So it is a group of characters that are enclosed within single, double or triple quotes are known as string literal. It can be single line or it can be multi-line. Example, if you write T1 is equal to hello within single quote, this is a string. Or you write within double quote, it is a string. Or you write within triple quotes. With triple quotes we use to define multiple line of strings. So multiple line of string can be defined in 2 ways. either as in method 3 or 4. So 1 and 2 are single line strings and 3 and 4 are multi-line strings. Now next are escape sequences. What are escape sequences? The characters that cannot be directly typed from the keyboard. For example, when you press enter key, you can see the effect of enter key, but you cannot type enter key. So escape sequences are used to include or type non-graphic characters like long space or new line, etc. They are typed with the help of escape sequence, and it is included in the form of string in Python statement. These are, for examples are backslash, backslash you will use to type backslash, or single quote, again you have to use backslash single quote. So all the escape sequence, they will begin with backslash. Similarly, backslash double quotes for double quotes, backslash T for horizontal tab, backslash N for new line. Next category of literals are numeric literals. As the name indicates, numeric means number, that is those literals that consist only of numbers. But there are different types of numbers that can be defined in Python. So the different types of numeric literals are first are integers. Integers are again of different types: decimal integer, octal integer or hexadecimal integer. Integer means the numbers that do not have fractional part, and they consist only of digits 0 to 9 and plus or minus sign, that is positive and negative integers. But the integers are again of different type. They can be decimal integer, it can be octal integer, and it can be hexadecimal integer. You can see decimal integers, they consist only of numbers from 0 to 9, combination of numbers. Octal integers always begin with 0O and hexadecimal with 0x. So any number that begins with 0x and then any number, then it is a hexadecimal number. So these three are the different types of integers. Second category of numeric literals are floating point or real literals, that is those literals that have decimal part. So they consist of 0 to 9 digits and a dot and positive or negative sign to indicate positive or negative real numbers. Third category of numbers are complex numbers. Complex numbers are those numbers that have two parts. One is real, the other one is imaginary. That is, it can be represented in the form of a plus bj, where a and b are any real numbers and j represents the imaginary part. Next are the Boolean literals. There are only two Boolean literals, that is true and false. So true is true and indicates truth condition, and false indicates the fallacy, that is false condition. Special literal none. None is also used to represent absence of value. Next type of literal is tuple. What is a tuple? Tuple is a sequence of values, any number of values, 0 to any number of values enclosed within round brackets separated by comma. So the values can be of any data type. For example, in first example, you have all the numeric values separated by comma enclosed within round brackets, so it is a tuple. Again, the values separated, these are all string values separated by comma and enclosed within round brackets, so it is a tuple. This is also a tuple where the values are enclosed within round bracket. The values can be of different type, like this is integer, the first value, the second value is a string, third value is floating point, fourth one is again a string. So a tuple can consist of different type of values also. Next are list. List is a standard data type of Python that can store a sequence of values that are separated by commas, and they must be enclosed within square brackets. So any sequence of values enclosed within square brackets separated by comma is known as list. These are the different examples of list. First one is an empty list, no items in it. The second is a list of integers. Third is list of multiple type of values. Next is a list of string. Last one is also a list of string. So the list is any value enclosed within square bracket. Presence of square bracket is compulsory here. Values must be separated by comma. Next are the dictionaries in Python. So the last type of literal is dictionary. Dictionary is a literal which is a collection of key value pairs that are enclosed within curly braces. So key value pairs are separated by colon and they are mutable also. This is an example of dictionary, empty dictionary. This is example of dictionary. Now this 1 colon hello, 2 colon good. This is another example. So before this colon you have keys and after the colon you have values. So each item in the dictionary is a pair of keys and values. So 1 hello, 1 is key, hello is value. 2 good, 2 is key, good is value. In the next example 1 comma 2. So whatever is written before colon, this whole is key and after colon and before comma is the value. Similarly the next colon, before that colon is key and after the colon is value. So every item in dictionary is a pair of key and value. Next type of tokens are operators. What are operators? Operators are those symbols that perform certain operation on the given operands. So they can manipulate the value on which or between which they are placed. For example, if you write 4 plus 5 is equal to 9, then 4 and 5 are operands and plus is operator. So the plus operator performs addition operation and gives the result as 9. So there are different types of operators in Python language. Arithmetic operators, comparison or relational operators, assignment operators, logical operators, bitwise operators, membership operators, and identity operators. Arithmetic operators. Those operators that perform arithmetic calculations are known as arithmetic operators. The arithmetic operators in Python are addition, for that the symbol plus is used. For subtraction, minus symbol is used. For multiplication, asterisk symbol is used. For division and the result to be in decimal value, the slash is used. If I am using percent, it returns the remainder. If I am using double slash, it results into integer division, that is quotient, integer quotient will be returned. Double asterisk is for exponentiation, that is for power. This is an example. If you have three variables a, b, c with values 4, 3, 2. Now if you write a plus b, so it will add the values of a and b, that is 7. Similarly, if you write a minus b, it will subtract the value of b from a. Next is a asterisk b, it will perform the multiplication on the values of a and b. A slash b will result into floating point value. A percent b will result into the remainder of a divided by b. A double asterisk b will return the value of a to the power b, and a double slash b will return the integer quotient of a divisible by b. So these are the results you can see. So a plus b will result into 7 because 4 plus 3 is 7. A minus b, 4 minus 3 it is equal to 1. A into b, that is 4 into 3, it is equal to 12. A slash b and a double slash b. See the difference between a slash b and a double slash b. Single slash results into floating point result, while double slash results into integer quotient. Percent returns the remainder, double asterisk returns the power, that is exponentiation. So a asterisk asterisk b means 4 to the power 3, that is 4 into 4 into 4, so it is 64. Next are the comparison operators, that is those operators that are used to compare two values. They are also known as relational operators because they decide the relation between two operands. So they can be known as comparison operators or relational operators. The 6 different relational operators in Python are greater than and less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, double equal to for checking the equality of the two numbers, and not equal to is exclamation equal to sign. It represents the not equal to condition. See how they are used. For example, if a, b and c are 3, variables with value 4, 3 and 4 respectively. Now A double equal to B will check whether values of A and B are equal or not. In this case they are not equal. A not equal to B will check they are not equal. A greater than B will check whether A is greater than B or not. Similarly, it will check whether it is less than B or not. A greater than or equal to C, A less than or equal to C. Now, one thing you have to remember here is relational operator always return either true or false values depending on the given condition. So the result of A double equal to B, since A is 4 and B is 3, so A and B are not equal, so the result will be false. Similarly, A not equal to B, again A is 4, B is 3, so they are not equal, so not equality is true here, isn't it? So A is not equal to B is true, so it will return true. Similarly, A greater than B, A is 4, B is 3, so 4 is greater than 3, so it will return true here. A less than B, A is 4, B is 3, so 4 is not less than 3, so it will return false here. A greater than or equal to C, that is A is 4 while C is also 4, so it is not greater than but it is equal to, so it is greater than or equal to. Any of the condition is true, it will return true. Similarly, A less than or equal to C, it will return true. Next are the assignment operator. The single equal to is known as assignment operator because it assigns the value on the right hand side to the variable on the left hand side. For example, when you write t is equal to 10, the value 10 is assigned to the variable t. Similarly, if you write L is equal to 1, 2, 3 within square bracket, it is a list. So it will be assigned to variable L. So single equal to is used as assignment operator. Double equal to is used for checking whether the left hand side is equal to right hand side or not. Next are logical operators. Logical operators are used to join two or more relational operators expressions. For example, there are two logical operators and or. Like you can write A greater than B and B greater than C. Suppose you want to check two conditions simultaneously. So you have to use AND here. And if you want both of them to be correct, you will use AND. If you want either of them to be correct, you can use OR. So if you write A greater than B or A greater than C means either A is greater than B or A is greater than C. So AND means the condition on left hand side of the and the condition on right hand side of the AND must be true. AND means both. So both are true, then only the final result will be true. While OR means either this or this. So either left hand side is true or right hand side is true, the final result will be true. So for example, there are three values A, B and C. Variables A, B and C with values 5, 10 and 15. So if you want to check whether A is less than B and A greater than C. Now what will be the result here? A less than B. See, A is 5, B is 10. So A less than B, 5 less than 10 is true. Then A less than C, 5 less than 15 is also true. Both are true. The final result of this expression will be true. Next example, A greater than B or A less than C. So A is greater than B, that is 5 greater than 10 is not true. But A less than C, that is 5 less than 15 is true. So first is false, second is true, or means any one of them should be true. So it is true, this one. So the final result will be true.